Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Frostbyte. Thank you for joining me today. And as you can tell, we are going to be talking about combating counterfeits. Now, you guys know that this is a passion of mine. This is something that I really want to learn. And while I'm not anywhere close to where I want to be, I'm trying to do more research, trying to understand. And as I come across things and as I identify issues, I want to share them with my community. Now, the items that I'm about to share with you, I'm going to ask you for a very specific favor. And that is, don't use the stuff I show you to try to fool other people. Also, I am not insinuating that by showing you this, I think that you're stupid or ignorant or that you believe that this site is true and accurate. I'm not also suggesting that you would be the person to do this. What I'm trying to do is get people to understand so that they can educate and share the information with people around them, so that if this situation arises, if somebody happens to end up on a site like this, they can do a little bit of research and kind of get to the bottom of it. So I'm going to go ahead and shift to this new transition over here. So you're going to see me show up over on that. I'm precariously close to this picture. I should have moved myself up there a little bit. But what you see here is you see a site. Now, when you see this particular site, the one thing that kind of should come to mind is that you're looking at a fashion site, right? Definite e-commerce site. And as you scroll through this, and you can see my mouse over here, I'm going to be pointing some stuff with my mouse. But as you scroll down, you can see that it's semi-professionally done. It looks like it's clean, good, solid imagery. There's, a bunch of women's style clothing. There's clothing for men. You got different kind of items. So it's targeted not just to women, not just to men, not young, not old, but kind of a wide variety, wide swath. Now, there's more to this, right? So when you look at this particular site across the top, you're going to see new and bestseller women's tops, men top, sweatshirts, and shoes. So again, appeasing to a variety of people. Now, again, knowing that this is a fake site, what do you think so far of the images that are going to be there? I'll click on shoes, we click on women's shoes, and a whole different set of items are going to come up. Well, knowing that you see some of these items here, you're going to see certain ideas and styles, and they're going to match other brand names. But are they calling them the brand names? No, they're not. So in essence, everything on this site, from what I can understand, from what I can ascertain, based off of what I've looked at, is counterfeit. Okay. Now, I can't say 100% unequivocally that everything on the site is fake or that everything on the site is a counterfeit, but it certainly appears that way. Now, I can say that when we look at the coins over here at bestsellers, you have 3 different varieties. You have Morgans, commemoratives, and essentials. Well, let's go check out the Morgans. Let's see what we got. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on this, and then you're going to see that it comes up with a fairly nice listing of coins. Now, the coin is kind of shut off because I can't see my whole screen. I've got a wide screen and it only picks up some of it. So, but that's fine. So as you scroll through here, you're going to see, oh, wow, check this out. There's a whole set of Morgan dollars. Now let's click on the set of Morgan dollars and see what we get. So now as it comes up, first thing it's going to do is it's going to come up and it's going to bring up a 1921 Morgan. Now, is there anything wrong with this particular coin? It looks cleaned, right? But is there anything really wrong with it? Well, truthfully, the details are pretty good. You don't see anything that really kind of stands out. So, in essence, it very well could be. You can see some places where there's some ding marks. There's some scratches up across the top. Could it be counterfeit? Could it be real? The image seems to be good enough. You look at this and you see, it's obviously something that has been taken from somewhere else. The Matthew Mint, right? So, and then they have this image, which if you've looked at Carson City and some of the ads for some of the other companies, you'll have seen this image before. And then you have this particular one. Now, if you've seen this image, you know, that one of the like Bradbury mints and things like that, they have these little collector sets, and there's many more of them, but then you got some sort of official holding this, you know, really nice coin. But as you come down, you scroll through, it talks a little bit about the coins, talks about the set. But here is some of your first sites. Now they're showing a certificate of authenticity, and it's for this particular coin. Not the coin that they show, but this coin here. Now this coin happens to have a number, but here is your, you know, beautiful certificate of your, you know, Tri-City Auction Center. And it's meant to make you believe that this is, in fact, an authentic coin. But if any of you have ever bought a Morgan dollar, it doesn't come with a certificate of authenticity. Maybe if you get one that comes with Carson City, it's in one of the little holders. I forget what they're called. Maybe you'll get something like that that has the GSAs, right? The GSAs have the certificate or something like that. But those are kind of special cases, not your standard 1921 Morgan dollar. So again, you know, just little things. Yeah, I made a purchase of these coins. They look like extremely low price. They cannot possibly be authentic. Well, you'll see that a lot of these things get removed. But as you scroll back up, what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you that this coin right here is $19.99. Now, can you find a $20 Morgan? Absolutely, but it's going to be slick. It's going to be a call. And even in coal shape, you're still probably going to be paying $25 to $26 for it at your like sites like AppMex or JM Bullion or something like that. Now, in looking at this, okay, so far, yeah, maybe some things have popped out, some little clues, but here's one that's really going to get you. So if we come down here, we click on the full set. You too, your very own, can have this one at Will Robinson should have this little robot thing flagging, you know, warning, warning, warning. Because for only $379.99, you can too own a full set of Morgan dollars. That's right. Look at these. So when you click on this image, and this kind of makes me smile, as it's like, really? You can see this, you know, this gorgeous set. Now it's got this little thing up here. Great feel, you know, and so they talk about all these things and whatever. Morgan coin set, and you can see that the coins obviously have been cleaned. Okay, so there's little things here that it's like, okay, well, whatever, right? Not a big deal, but $379 for a full set of Morgans. We know that there are certain coins that in basically, you know, AG2, they're still $90, $100 coins. So again, it's just these little things, right? But you got to pay attention to it. You can buy different sets and they run at different prices. But the thing is that the images are good, right? So I want to show you another one. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to click on these Morgan coins and I'm going to scroll down a little bit. And I'm going to show you one specific coin. Now, as I kind of looked through this site and I kind of was checking out to see what was here, there were a couple things that kind of came to mind. So I looked at the 2021 peace dollar and it was like, okay, so as I come through here, I'm looking at different Morgans, right? But you see, oh, here's one. This is actually a coin that it's priced relatively correct. Okay, this is a 1995. Kind of relatively, but for a Morgan, you can find an ASC. You can find an ASC for $27, $28. It's just not a 1995. Now, when you look at this image, the image looks good enough, right? It looks like a normal ASC. You look at the fields in the back, right? I talked about that when you looked at my splash screen. We talked about certain things on the elements, the high lines that are there. You look at the little berries in the flower. You look at the webbing on her sandal. You're looking at certain things. Now in 95, they didn't have the Adolf Weinman thing here that they do on some of the newer ones. So the coin itself checks out. In fact, when you look at it, actually a really nice specimen. Now the first coin doesn't match the image of the second coin. That's kind of a flag, indicating that they took these images from two separate locations. Now, the first location, I went on a little bit of an investigation. I went on a hunt. I wanted to find out where they pulled this image from. And what I found out is that if you come over here to AppMex and you look at this, it's the exact same coin. Now, what I'm going to do, and now you can see in this case, this is 61.99. Now, I want you to look at some of the details. Now, if you look at this, so if you see my cursor, okay, that bottom left-hand corner, okay, it's pointing on the one right now. That bottom left-hand corner is pointing on the L right now. I'm going to utilize this as the pointer. Okay, so I'm going to kind of, as you can see, like right down, oh, it's in front, so you're not going to be able to see it. Okay. But as I hover over the sun, I want you to look at the scratches on the surface of the sun. Okay, this is something I really kind of want you to pay attention to. So look at this very, very carefully. Now, as we look at this, what you're going to see is that I'm going to pull this across and I'm going to slide this. And I'm going to pop this out. You can see I was searching that AppMex one. And we're going to pop this out. We're going to slide this over here. We're going to bring this one back here. And we're going to put these side by side. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to zoom in just a hair. Now, I'm not going to zoom in too much because I need to see the ASC. Get that. There we go. No, don't stop changing. Go up here. Okay. So now let's put these side by side. Now, you can't see the one that I'm looking at obviously is much bigger, but there's some things that I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to move myself off to the side and I'm going to just use my finger to point at a couple things. Okay. So what you're going to look at is right here. Now, right here, you're going to see this pattern. Now, if you look at the coin on the other side, so if you look at my mouse and you come over here and you look at that area that's highlighted and you look at this area right here, there's some things I want you to look at. So the first thing I want you to look at is this right here. I want you to look at that little kind of cuspy, cloudy area. And if you look at it, it comes out and it comes back in. And then there are 3 lines right here. Now, these 3 lines match exactly. Well, okay, that's great. But if you come up into the fields and you come up here into this area and you start looking at the area above my head, you're going to notice, especially like right in here, you're going to notice that there's a light area. And this actually light area, if you look at it kind of closely, almost looks like either a bull, like a helmet, like a Viking helmet with the horns coming out of the side. Or if you look at it upside down, kind of looks like, you know, Batman hanging upside down and you can see the Batman shoulders and you can see the little ears of the bat. They're the exact same photo. So where did they get this photo from? Well, they stole this photo from AppMex. And this particular image is the one that they show on their website. So now let's go ahead and look at the reverse. So if we look at the reverse and we come down here, we look at the reverse and we look at this, you will see that it is not the same photo. Now, if we go look at this photo and we look at the stock photo on the US Mint, guess what photo it is? This one. And so when I was looking through, I was like, oh, there's a bunch of these different things that are there. Now I'm going to go back up and I'm going to go ahead and hit the back arrow and I'm going to hide that AppMex one. I'm going to go back to the browser here in just a few moments because there's something else I want you to look at. So as we kind of hover over some of these coins, we kind of click on and we kind of look at some of these things, you're going to see that some of them, hopefully the screen doesn't change because I really didn't want to click on that. There are some of these as they shift, as they change, you're going to see certain things. And actually, I didn't want to click on that. I want to click on this particular one. Okay. And I want to pull up these particular images. Now, one of the images in here, if it's the right coin, is the side-by-side image. Now, this one was a perfect tell for me. I was able to identify where this was at without even looking at the other site. And what's the other site? Well, let's go down here and let's type in 1885 PCGS. And as we come over here, you're going to see the PCGS come up here. We're going to look at the PCGS website. Again, no affiliation, no whatever with this. I'm just utilizing this site to show where they got this information. And look at this. Now, I want you to look at this very carefully. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. I'm going to separate that, throw that over here off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and click back on here. I'm going to click on these. And what do you see with this particular coin? Now, I want you to look at the coloration. I want you to look at the reflective fields. I want you to see that area between her eyeball and the top of her head. I want you to see the highlight of the 1885. Okay, I want you to see the bag mark that's right here on her head. And look at that. It's right there. Look at the little cut on her neck. And then look at the cut on their neck. There. Where did they get this particular image? Well, they stole this particular image from PCGS. Okay, so as I've gone through and looked at this site and looked at a bunch of these items, now again, up front, bottom line, I have not purchased from this site. I haven't looked to see what the counterfeits look like. I have not put my credit card information in. I've not done anything with the e-commerce aspect of that because I just don't want to play with it. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to dig in a little bit and really show you guys that they have not, all the images of the coins are real, authentic coins. They come from other sites. They come from sites that have good, authentic, graded coins. And they take pictures from people's social media sites. They take pictures from eBay. They take pictures from reputable sites, PCGS, ANAX, NGC. They take variety and errors. Now you think that's pretty bad. Now I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to zoom back up and I'm going to click on this bestseller. Now we just looked at Morgan's and we looked at an ASC. But I want to show you something else, okay? Now, a lot of these, we know they exist and we can identify these, but here's the kicker. They're utilizing other images. So as we scroll down through here, you can get a complete set of peace dollars for $19.99. Really? Hold on, that can't be right. So let's go ahead and click on it. We'll go in here. Oh no, there's the whole set. For the whole set, $289.99. Now I'll tell you right now, you guys know that I've been working. Oh, you can't see my Green Times book. That was a bad choice of books. Yeah, I have my peace dollar. My peace dollar book is over here on my shelf. But I have my peace dollar book and I've been working this. Now, a lot of these coins, 50, 60, 70, 80, $100 a piece. But I can get an entire set for $290. Folks, this is appealing to people who are trying to get into the hobby. This is something that they don't know that this is not a good deal. They don't know that they're going to get crap. They don't know that they're going to probably get silver-plated copper alloy coins, right? If they even get that. They may get steel coins. And they may look cartoony. We don't know what the coin they're going to get is, but I can tell you right now, they're not going to be getting this. Okay. Now, when you look at this particular picture does something that the other ones doesn't. And I'm going to pull that up. And this one actually says copy. Now, every one of these say copy. The other ones don't. These ones all do. So are these authentic? Absolutely not. These are all counterfeit coins. Okay. So I wanted to show you that. But I also wanted to go ahead and click the little back arrow and look at this. 1909 SVDB, Silver Program Tercentenary. 1955 Double Die Obverse. 1921 High Relief. Now, I stumbled on this because I was researching the 1921 peace dollar. And I stumbled across this particular one. And the image that I was looking at was really nice. And I was like, well, it almost looks like it's a cleaned coin. And I was like, wait, I've seen that coin before. That's not that coin. That's not where that came from. And yeah, well, guess what? It's disheartening. Okay. Now again, for 19 everything's here. I mean, like, this is a collector's gem, right? If you want an entire set of counterfeit coins, hey, here's where you go. No, it's horrible. And why is it horrible? Well, if people say, well, yeah, but if they can't afford it, let them get the fake. Those fakes end up in our stacks. I have a coin right here. Now I keep it in front of me because I want to remember something. Now I purchased this from a member in the community. and I purchased it as something else, believing it was something else. And the comment when I challenged them on it was that they purchased it this way, but they didn't validate the coin. The coin is not what they said it was. Now, I didn't fight it. They offered to take it back, and I said, no, it's okay. It's not a big deal. I didn't pay a very large money for it, but I should have known that the price, the fact that they didn't really know much about the coin, the fact that it was dismissive. Yeah. So do I think that you're going to go to this site and purchase these things? No. But there's a high likelihood that sometime in your working, whether it be with other channels, whether it be through stacking, whether it be through garage sales, whether it be through searching those mom and pop shops, whether it be dealing with grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, moms, dads, whatever it might be, you may run across one of these because they didn't know that it wasn't a good deal. They didn't know it was fake. So I want to share this kind of stuff with you because as people who are into and love our hobby, we have an obligation to teach other people, because if we don't, counterfeits are going to take over our hobby. They're going to devalue our money. There's a whole lot of negative things that are going to happen. We're going to spend money on things that we'll never get the money back out of. Now, in my live stream the other day, we're going to talk where we had talked a lot about spending money on errors and varieties, being that first person to react and jump in and get that. And if you want to see that, go look up over in the corner over here somewhere, wherever it's going to be. There's a little tagline. Go check out that video, because what we do is we talk about, it's really common to find things and to things you're great. And, 2024 is here and we got the new coins coming out, and man, for $300, you can buy a roll of cents. It's nuts, but people do it. There's the first errors, the first varieties. Everybody's got to jump on it, because what if it's rare? Well, what if it's extremely common? People spending $600, $700, $800 for an extra V, and they're already lost, 7/8 of their investment. They'll never recoup the money. So let's say that you have a grandparent, and your grandparent decides that they want to, collect these. God, that's beautiful. 1841, Christian Obrecht, one of my favorite designers, right? It's a gorgeous piece. I love this piece. Or, guys know that I'm collecting a Mercury dime, and we have this 1916D. Guess what? This is an authentic picture. This coin exists. It's real. The one on the site isn't. Now, how would you know this? Well, when you get this in, it's not the one that's pictured. It's like, well, they're just general. But if you spent $20 on this and you find this in your grandfather's or your grandmother's or your mom and dad's collection, and you think you stumbled across something great, and you take it to a coin shop and they tell you that it's fake, how's that going to make you feel? If you are in another place or an auction and you buy this for $485, only to find out that it's copper-plated zinc, or it's, not copper-plated zinc, it's a stupid thing because it'd be silver, but you know what I mean. How would you feel? How angry would you be? Right? Coin shops all the time have this stuff come in. I don't own a coin shop. This isn't something that I see on the daily. So as I come across these things, and I want to make sure that I share this with you, right? So there's a couple of rules. And we've talked about this. Now, I've gone way longer than most of my videos should, but this is a conversation that we need to discuss. Trusted sources. Now, I want everybody to be aware. I have already reached out to Livecoin Q&A. I have asked them to forward this on to people like Jack Young and other people who are experts in the counterfeiting realm to help me shut this site down, to get people involved who can actually make an impact to get this site shut down. As I come across these, I want to report them. And again, I want to be very, very clear. In the hobby, if I find out that you knowingly bought, tried to sell, or passed on a counterfeit coin, if I know that you know this and I find out, I'm calling you out publicly. Unsubscribe to me if you want to. End this video. Say, screw Frosty, I'm done. But I'm going to tell you what. I don't want this crap in my community. I don't want this crap in your community. And I'm going to do everything that I can. It means that I'm going to make a lot of people unhappy. It means that I'm going to step on some people's toes. You know what? I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to lose a bunch of my subs. I'm willing to not have a bunch of people watch my content because I really want to do what I can to provide you the best possible information. Now, this site, it's a travesty. It's a joke, but people will get burned from it. So be aware, be alert, have a trusted source, find your trusted partners. Check out the videos that are tied to this. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate your time. I know this was a little bit longer than normal, but I felt the content was extremely important. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, thumbs up, like, subscribe, share it out. Tell people about this. Have them come over and check out the channel. Y'all take care. Be well. Be blessed. And I will see you in the streams. See you later.